Hi parents and students, my name is Mercy Aguilar. I'm the proud principal at Oliver Hoover Elementary. This is Dr. Lopez, my assistant principal. We'd like to welcome you back to our nest. Prior to beginning the new school year, we have safety protocols that are in place for the students that are going to be returning to the schoolhouse model. The protocols in place are to provide the safest environment possible for all students, staff, and visitors. In the case of the schoolhouse model, a safety plan has been developed and is aligned with the standards determined by the Florida Department of Health as well as the local requirements.
Families, we're asking that you perform health screenings with your families prior to sending the children to school. You will be receiving a thermometer for you to be able to check your child's temperature, and we're requiring that all staff, students, and visitors wear a face mask covering to school. Parents, please be aware that masks with vents are not allowed. So every other type of mask is allowed, but not with vents. Students are also encouraged to bring water bottles because we have disabled our water fountains. However, we have water refill stations at several points throughout the building. So just make sure you bring your water bottle.
The hallways. Throughout the school, the hallways have been designated and labeled as one way. So the students will be able to see in the hallways that there's signs indicating that some of the hallways have been designated, one directional. Signs have been posted throughout the school to remind all students about the safety protocols that are in place. And the number of visitors are limited, and all visitors will be screened prior to entering the school building. Parents, we encourage you to continue to meet with teachers and staff, but most meetings will be conducted virtual.
Now we're going to discuss arrival, dismissal, and transitions throughout the building.
This is us in one of our hallways. As you can see, there's signs on the floor. Arrival to the main campus. Students will be dropped off at the front of the circular driveway. There'll be 2 entry gates with staff assigned to monitor the building. Students in grades 1 through 3rd will go to the covered patio. Students in grade 4 through 5 will go to the bee shelter. There's markings on the floor to show the students where they should be standing or sitting to maintain social distancing. As you can see from the picture, we're ready for the students to come back. The security monitors will be standing by the gates and the markings on the floor to indicate where the students should stand and wait.
In the PLC, our pre-K ESC students will be dropped off along the circular driveway on 157th Avenue, and kindergarten students as well as students in Ms. Ferdinand's VPK class will be dropped off by the entrance located on 96th Street. Students will enter through the side door and staff will be monitoring them. They will also wait for their teachers by their classroom doors, and they will also have markings on the floor to maintain social distancing.
This is a picture from our PLC, and again, the marks on the floor indicate where the students will be waiting, and also in the hallways, as you can see, the signs that are directional for the students. Classroom environment. Social distancing is maximized as much as possible. Students are placed in cohorts where feasible. Hand washing breaks throughout the day will keep all students healthy. This is a picture of one of our classrooms. As you can see, all desks are separated to maintain social distancing.
Cafeteria, students will have access to free breakfast and lunch every day through December. The students will eat lunch in the cafeteria with limited numbers of classes. Seating arrangements have been maximized so that we have all tables facing the same direction and only 2 students sitting at each table.
As you can see, this is a picture from our cafeteria, and the tables are clearly marked where the students will be sitting. Also, as they're waiting to get their lunch, they will also be waiting in the places indicated. Dismissal at the main campus. Students will be picked up by the front of the circular driveway. Students will be sitting with their classes while teachers monitor the students. Markings on the floor will be used to maintain social distancing. Students will walk towards their vehicles when instructed to do so by an adult. Students riding private buses will be picked up from the back of the school. So again, private buses will be picked up in the back of the school, and students that get picked up by parents will be in the front of the school by classes. And this is a picture indicating how we're going to be divided by the classes, and each class will have an area designated to them. And these are the markings where the students will wait for their family.
Dismissal at the PLC. Pre-K ESE students will be picked up from the same circular driveway where they drop off. It's along 157th Avenue. And kindergarten students, as well as VPK students in Ms. Ferdinand's class, will be picked up from the entrance located on 96th Street. Students will wait in their classrooms while the teachers monitor the students, and will also make sure that we have social distancing as we wait. A monitor will let the teachers know when to dismiss the children, and the adult will walk the children towards the vehicle. Students in private buses will be picked up by their bus driver.
After school care. Our after school care program is awaiting for everyone. We're back and running. Our rates are $12 for students on regular price lunch and $11 for students on free or reduced lunch. Please register through our parent portal using the Focus app. Students will be picked up from the main office. This is a picture of us welcoming everybody back to our nest. Welcoming our wives out back to the nest, the health protocols, and sanitation.
Sanitation procedures, we will perform routine sanitation throughout the day, which includes increased frequency of sanitation of high-touch areas using hospital-grade germicide. So this is like the doorknobs and areas that are high traffic. In the restrooms and the elevators, there's a limit to 2 people, and hand sanitizing stations have been placed in high traffic areas.
Again, as you can see from the picture, we have stations throughout the building for hand sanitizing, as well as for the students to refill their water bottles. Other considerations when we're welcoming our students back to our nest. School hours. In the main campus, students eating breakfast can come into the building at 7:45 a.m. We're asking for students to arrive at 7:45 and not earlier. Students who are not eating breakfast can come into the building at 8 o'clock. In the PLC, students can come into the building at 8 a.m., including those students eating breakfast. Again, the students are the only ones allowed in the building. The parents are not allowed in the building.
The Parent-Student Handbook has been posted on our school website. Please download it or review it with your child. We will need for the parents and the students to sign the acknowledgement page, and we may be sending some copies of them home. Also, if you need a copy, you may stop by the office to pick up a copy of the handbook.
Welcoming again our students back to the nest, the COVID-19 and attendance procedures.
Parents, we always encourage the students to be present in school. However, please be aware of what the symptoms of the coronavirus are, and if your child is experiencing any of these symptoms, or if any member of the household is experiencing these symptoms, please contact the office because we don't want to spread the disease.
Again, another information for the parents: 10 things you can do to prepare for returning back to school. Speak to your child. Speak to your child about hand washing. Speak to them about maintaining the mask on. Speak to them in reference to social distancing. I encourage you to please every morning before you leave your house, you do a checklist for symptoms. You make sure that they're not sick. If you're sick, please keep them at home. Again, if your child is sick, please keep them at home. And again, we want to thank you. We're ready. We're ready for our students. We're excited. We're going to have a great year. And again, next week, we're ready to welcome everybody back to the nest.
Thank you. See you soon, Wise Owls.
Bye.
Bye.